All right, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're listening to this. I am quite ecstatic right now. So, I bought guitar strings for my sister's, broken guitar. The strings just popped off, so it's missing two. And I bought guitar strings, and they just came in the mail. And I'm going to install them, and I thought it would be fun to install them together. So, I don't know how this is going to go. I might not be able to do this. Or maybe I will do this, and then we'll get distracted by the guitar, and then we'll cut this. Okay, it is hours later. I did install and reinstall some strings. What I was doing in the beginning was not what I was supposed to do. I didn't look into it. I kind of just thought I could do, the guitar I have is a Stratocaster, if anyone knows anything about guitars. And I guess for that kind of guitar, you have to install the strings a bit differently. And I was kind of unscrewing some of the pieces from the fretboard when I was supposed to go into the back. I didn't do major damage or major unscrewing and fucking deconstructing the guitar. I just pulled one thing out, but I was supposed to go through the back, and then once I figured it out, it was really easy to do. I replaced the broken string and then installed two strings because one was broken and one was missing. And then one of the strings didn't sound right when I was trying to tune it, and I realized that it looked different from the others, so I think it was an acoustic guitar string, so I replaced that one as well, and I think I did a good job. The wire is sticking out on the top, but I can always cut that off. I'm just kind of scared to, but I know I'm going to have to cut it off anyways. But oh, she is a beauty. She is so beautiful, and I love her. She makes me so happy, and I'm so happy that I did that. And I started messing with it, but while I was installing the strings, my friend messaged me asking to hang out, and I said yes. So she scooped me up, and we went to go get ramen. We got boba first, and then we got ramen, which was so yummy. 10 out of 10. I got a strawberry matcha boba, and then she got a chai tea boba. And the strawberry matcha was really good, but by the time the strawberry flavor was gone, it was kind of just matcha flavored, and it was a bit bitter. But at that point, I already drank most of it. And the ramen, 10 out of 10. It was really filling, so I didn't finish all of it, but it was so good. And I love that she invited me, and we went there. And then we walked around the park and chatted, and honestly, so fun, so nice. But while I was hanging out, oh, guys, I don't think you understand how bad, I should have gone to social skills, club services, group therapy, social skills therapy when I was younger, because I feel like that would have helped me a lot as a kid. Because while I was talking to her, I tend to go a bit fast, and I feel like sometimes I'm also very expressive, and I feel like sometimes, oh my god, I feel like sometimes I'm a little embarrassing in public to be with. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm not. Maybe it's just in my head, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna put it in the back of my mind, and because it doesn't really matter if I'm embarrassing. I'm literally just talking and expressing myself and being me. And if anyone has a problem with that, then they can fucking get the boot or some shit. But anyways, also, that was on my mind. And also, at some point, I just wasn't really talking about myself, and that was kind of making me feel some sort of way, because I feel like I don't have a lot going on. Like, I'm not in school, and I kind of just work, and my job is boring, and, like, yeah. So I don't really have, like, a lot to share, and nothing exciting really happens. Like, what has happened recently? I went to work. I had an interesting interaction with someone who works at my job. And I told her about that. And what else? I read on my breaks. Oh my god, yeah, I've been reading Sylvia Plath. The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath on my breaks. I haven't read today. Oh, that kind of sucks, because it's my day off and I should have read. But whatever, that's okay. I'll read tomorrow. But yeah, moving on. She has, like, and as for, okay, hold up. And if I was to compare myself to her, like, she has more things going on, and, like, she's building her career, and she's gonna be currently moving to, like, just, anyways, she's building her career, and I feel like I don't even know what the hell I want to do. So sometimes I think about that, and I'm like, damn, one, don't like being perceived, and two, I hope I'm not boring, and I hope, like, yeah, I hope I'm not boring and not, like, enriching enough for some people, if that makes sense. But yeah, I guess that's how we're gonna start this episode. I constantly worry about whether I have anything to talk about. Like, when I think about recording a new episode, I guess, if I wanna call it that, I get the thought that I don't have anything to talk about, or, like, what am I gonna talk about? But at the same time, like, thoughts are infinite, and I ended up writing on, like, a bunch of things on my notepad, so I guess that's not really a concern, but also at the same time, like, I don't want to be repetitive, so we'll see how this goes. So yeah, I guess what I want to get into now is I have been, moving from, like, since we were talking about me fixing the guitar, and I was messing with it a little, and I was messing with it as soon as I got home. As soon as I got home, I picked up the guitar, and I plugged it. Did I plug it in? No, I don't think I plugged it in. But I plugged it into the amp earlier, and it sounded so nice. Guys, I don't think you understand. Like, I realized that I should have learn how to play the guitar on my bucket list, because I think that's the one thing I'm focused on right now. And it's because I adore the sound that a guitar makes. And I think that's why it makes me so happy. And I really hope that I have enough discipline to learn how to play it. But yeah, I feel like I should have written that on my bucket list, and I probably will. But yeah, talking about that, and then also hanging out with my friend, I feel like I have been, for the first time, again, I mentioned this to my friend earlier too, but for the first time in a while, I feel like I'm back into pouring into myself and investing in myself. And hold up, I have it somewhere, but I guess I don't have to go in order. I was telling her how I have gone through phases where I am over a specific person, and then I start to focus on myself, but then the delusions get to me, they catch up to me, they run up to me, they follow me or something, and I end up in my fucking Delulu era, and it, like, messes me up. And then I'm back to thinking about this certain person, and that drains me from my energy and from my focus of myself. And sometimes I can get stuck in there. But for the first time again in a while, that is such a fucking contradictive ass sentence. I'm back into investing in myself and like building a routine. I love having a routine and like honoring it, because it just, I got a Virgo placement. I got Virgo placements in my chart, and it's something that has worked so well with me in the past. Sometimes I do it step by step, but other times I just have like a breakdown of what I want to do in the day, and that works really well for me. I don't have a planner, and I think I should get a planner. Right now, like, I just write things like on a whiteboard, or last time I wrote it in my journal, and that was really nice. I think I did all but one thing. And yeah, I'm starting up a routine again. I'm personally a morning person, so that's what I base my routine on. And honestly, I have to sneeze. Hold up. Okay, I cut that out because no one needs to hear me sneeze. People probably don't need to hear me burp either, so. But, what was I going on about? I suggest that if you are someone who wants to get into a routine, try to base it off, just mess around with it and see what works for you. Sometimes I'm more productive at night. Like, I really depend. Okay, I'll tell you what my routine is. So, obviously, I get up in the morning. I try not to wake up past, like, 9. 9 is really stretching it for me. Like, 9 is waking up late, and I used to wake up at 9, and we can get into that, because for a couple of months, I was stuck in a way of habit I wasn't happy with, because I was working in, like, a restaurant, and it was, like, draining me. Every time I got off work, like, it was draining. I came home with a headache, like, emotionally drained, mentally drained. I was taking a nap, and I was, like, constantly sleepy, and I would try to fight taking a nap. And I have, like, a love-hate relationship with naps. And it's because I don't like being sleepy. I feel like I'm just a sleepy girl. I've been a sleepy girl for I don't know, for as long as I can think of. And sometimes I feel like it can be a form of escapism, but also I feel like I'm just, a form of escapism. Sometimes I'm just bored and, like, want to sleep or that sort of thing, and I don't like that habit. But other times, like, if I'm tired, like, I won't fight it. And those are probably the times where it works out in my favor and I just need a little boost. And then I'm productive, like, later in the day. But, yeah, I was coming home, taking naps, always tired. I was smoking at night, waking up late, which is what I don't like, because I would have to walk my dog. And I hate when I don't like... We talked about the heat. I talked about the sun. I don't like, by like 7:50, after 7:50, that is when it starts to get hot. And I don't like walking in the morning when it's hot out. Like, I have to go out midday in the afternoon, and it's already going to be hot. So why am I going to torture myself some more? And I was finding comfort in thinking about others. So, those were the habits that I was in, and finally, like, kind of breaking it, and waking up earlier because I have work, and just getting used to waking up earlier, and doing any form of, like, exercise. Like, I ran with Cage, which is my dog, one morning. I'll do some Pilates other days, or on the same day, or I'll do, like, one time, this one girl popped up on my TikTok, and it was her doing, like, dance workouts, like, dance cardio workouts, which I think are really fun. So I'll, like, do that, and it kind of just depends on how I'm feeling. And sometimes I do better doing things consistently, but other times, like, I'll get bored of that and have to, like, switch it up. So it kind of depends how I'm feeling. I'll walk my dog in the morning. I'll come back. First thing I do is make my bed. And then from there, I'll make myself some breakfast. And then from there, I didn't do that today. I did sleep in today. Not like I got up and walked cage, and then I came back home, went on TikTok for a little, and then tried to like go back to sleep and stay in bed for a little. Oh, oops, dropped something. I dropped the guitar Bible. It's actually my friend's. I call it the guitar Bible because it's just like this pamphlet or like this booklet that's in the shape of a guitar, and it has like it has like all the chords, and it's kind of like old, like a Bible. So I picked up the guitar Bible from my friend's house, and that is what I just dropped. But actually, let me pick it up because it feels rude to just leave it there. Okay. It's also, like, a mess. Like, it fanned out, and it's just, like, one big circle. Anyways, moving on. Sometimes I'll roll out most days, like, usually, if I'm going to follow my routine, I'll roll out my yoga mat, and I'll stretch, or I'll pull some tarot cards, and from there, I'll probably, like, do Pilates or something like that. And then sometimes I'll get ready for work, depending on if I'm working in the evening. That's when I'll, like, get ready for work and, yeah, read a little. It kind of just depends, but I try to just incorporate, like, little things that I like to add into my day. So, yeah, that's what's been going on. Sometimes, I'll read. Reading is something I've been trying to incorporate into that routine. I don't know if I mentioned that I didn't read today, which is a bummer because it was my day off, but that's okay. I'll read tomorrow. I've been reading Sylvia. I have something I wanted to, what's it called? Quote from Sylvia Plath. But I've been reading The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, and I think I'm in the middle of it. It's starting to get, like, good. It's starting to get into the stuff that I want to read, which is, like, I think she spirals, which is what I want to say, is, like, her spiraling, maybe, possibly. And yeah, so I've been reading it on my breaks when I go on my lunch break, because I have, like, an hour-long lunch break, so I'll go in the car and I'll read my bookie book. So I said I would do research on this. So hold up. I can literally look it up and I'll tell you, because I don't have the page number. Okay, you would think me putting what it says. Okay, anyways, I'm just going to read this. I'm not going to lie, I don't 100% know if this is from The Bell Jar, but I saw it on TikTok, and I feel like I remember reading this and coming across it in the book, but I haven't been taking any notes, and I have no Post-its, so I haven't been annotating it. So I'm not completely sure, but I will read this anyways. It goes, I feel bad for her. I read somewhere that most women lose their train of thought or turn to mush when a man that they find physically attractive approaches them, or talks to them, or walks into a room. I wish I knew what that felt like. I won't notice a man unless I sense a fifth-dimensional connection to him and to his soul. If I can't see pyramids or past lives with him, or some kind of rope extending from my heart to his, I won't see him. And then there is another quote that I wanted to read. And the reason I'm bringing this up, I will circle back to it and explain why. Which is not by Sylvia Plath, but it sums up how I was feeling in the moment perfectly. And I wrote these notes on my break, which is why, okay, yeah, I'll circle back. But it says, who would I be without the constant ache of your absence? And it's literally just, like, from a fucking TikTok slideshow. I know. But I was like, fuck. Why did they fucking word it like that? Why do they understand how I feel? And being from, like, a fast-paced environment that's kind of, like, constant, with people coming in and like orders and customers and all that type of stuff. And moving to something that's more slow, I have a lot of time to think. A lot of time to think. And sometimes I'm a bit empty-headed, but other times, obviously, like, thoughts are just flowing. And sometimes I'll get stuck on a thought, and then I'll get stuck on a feeling. And that is exactly what it was. Who would I be without the ache of your absence? Who would I be without the ache of your absence? Do I need to repeat it again? Okay, and I think we're going to talk about triggers. And I don't know if this happened before or after, but something triggers me into like sadness sometimes, or not sadness, but maybe disappointment. And it's when I see an attractive couple. Fucking trigger warning, dating. When I see an attractive couple, like, and like a pretty guy, and this has happened like a couple of times, and I was walking around, re-racking clothes, and I was just thinking about all this. And I was trying to think about my triggers, and I was trying to work with it. But anyways, it kind of triggers me into sadness. And it sounds dumb to say out loud. I'm sorry, I'm just reading exactly what I wrote. But the reason being is every guy I've been in a relationship with has always, like, when things ended or while things were ending, they always went on to another woman, another girl, another woman. And it gets brought up a lot when I see like an attractive couple. And I think it definitely has something to do with me reflecting on my own self-worth or image. And it just naturally, it just makes me feel inadequate. I don't know, does anyone else feel like I cannot be the only one? There's no way. I'm sure this is like a universal experience, but it happened at work. I saw like a pretty couple, and I was like, damn, could I pull that person? Could I pull that person? It's happened at the gym. I think that's notably the first time I really acknowledged it. I was at the gym, and this was months ago. And I saw this attractive guy at the gym, and I wasn't really eyeing him. And then there was this other thought, like, if you're not gonna make a move, then someone else will. But I wasn't really eyeing him, like, front on, but like I was like looking at him, and I was like, oh, like he's kind of cute. And then he went up to this girl who was also attractive, and I was like, damn, that shit always fucking happens. Like, now keep in mind, like, this is a stranger, this is a complete stranger that is a little ill, but at the same time, like, it was kind of just triggering a wound I have. And yeah, it made me a bit upset, and it reminded me of how when I'm in a relationship with someone, or from past experience, I'll be in a relationship with someone and it'll end. And usually as it's ending, whether it's officially ended or right before and during that like little phase, they end up being with someone else right after. And it really upset me. It didn't upset me, but it kind of just left me in this weird feeling of feeling inadequate, and also a little sad, and thinking about someone I've spent way too much thinking about. And at that point, I told myself, because again, I was trying to work with these thoughts. So, because the point is to heal. The point is to heal. At the end of the day, like, the point is to heal and to not feel like that and to build my self-worth up more, because others' actions aren't a reflection of me. They don't reflect me. If someone else wants to end things with me and go to someone else, that's okay, because we weren't supposed to work. We were young and we weren't supposed to work, and you were supposed to have experiences with that other person. The other woman. I'm sorry. The other woman. Yeah, anyways, I'm not inadequate, and the right person will love me wholeheartedly, because I'm too full of life and too abundant and full of love that I can give and share, and that is in itself deserving. She is deserving of love. Okay? She is deserving of love. You are deserving of love. And if you relate in any way to what I've said, just know that you are not inadequate. And if someone has left you and moved on to someone else, and it happened quickly, one, it just says something about their character, and you just... Also, if it's a man, men just fucking move like that. They really do. I can't stand them. I cannot. But, it is not a reflection of you. You're beautiful inside and out. And if you don't feel beautiful inside, then that's what you have to work with. Because when you feel beautiful inside, honestly, you see beauty in everything around you. And I feel like I am an advocate of that, because I will admit, like, sometimes I will get self-conscious about my physical appearance sometimes. Like, I'm not perfect, and we live in a fucking society where Instagram is a thing. Instagram models are a thing. Shows like Too Hot to Handle are a thing, which I want to get into. And Kim Kardashian, I'm sorry, the Kardashians are a thing. And it can get easy to compare ourselves, which we hear all the time. So, of course, like, I don't think I'm perfect, and they're also human too, and they are not perfect, even if they went under the knife and got injections and blah blah blah. Like, everyone has their own subjective opinions of what is beautiful and what is nice and pretty and cute and attractive and whatsoever. But I also know that I am able to appreciate the world around me and adore it and just look at it as if I'm looking at it for the first time, or like as if I'm looking at it as a child. And that, to me, just it fills me up with joy. It fills me up with feeling. It's like I can feel the beauty, and I feel like that kind of fuels my insides. Whoa. Pause. But you get what I'm saying? Find what makes you feel beautiful on the inside, and it will project outward. You will radiate. And stand tall in it. Stand in your power, because that's the most that we can do. That's where we find our security. And yeah, I'm done preaching. I'm done. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. The other woman. God, fuck that quote. Fuck that quote, bro. Who would I be without the ache of your absence? A bomb-ass bitch. I'm already a bomb-ass bitch. I don't care. I don't care. I need to cut some of this out. The other woman. Okay. Cut. Also, let me just state, because yeah, I'm thinking about that quote again. Or I'm looking at it, so I am forcing myself to subconsciously think about it, I guess. Don't beat yourself up. If you relate to this, if you relate to it, if you understand how the feeling that I'm trying to project, if you resonate with it, is what I'm trying to say. Don't beat yourself up for feeling the ache of someone's absence, of someone's significance that they had in your life, because it's easy to do that. And I think healing takes time. And when something affects you very deeply, it will take multiple phases, multiple eras of you trying to heal it and trying to close that wound up. And it takes time, honestly. So if it comes in waves, just ride the wave, man. Just ride the wave. It's okay. You're allowed to feel how you feel. But my biggest advice is just try to work with yourself. That's the simplest way I can put it. Work with yourself. That is to the best of your ability. I think that says enough. But yeah, thank you for listening if you've come across this. It was fun. It was fun. Thank you for allowing me to have this space to share my thoughts. And I will thank myself for allowing myself to give myself the space for sharing my thoughts. And, oh God, I'm gonna do it. Like and comment. Like the video. Like the TikTok clip. And comment, because comment what you want. Well, comment if you relate, if you resonate, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Share your story if you want. If you yourself need a place to share your thoughts on anything that I've touched on, or just give yourself the space that I'm giving myself. And also, comment if you have anything you would like me to touch on. And I'll see if I'm able to, if I have any experience or anything to say on it, because I think that would 100% be very helpful. Because what if I do run out of things to say? Who knows? Then I have some backup to fall on. So yeah, thank you.